Self-leadership is an interesting topic. Very often people like to turn around and say they want to be leaders. They want to take charge of other people. They want to be in command of the group. They want to be elected to positions of power and authority, but yet they can't take care of themselves. They have a difficulty setting up their own agenda. They can't self-lead. Well, self-leadership is a critical core skill. What happens is we start looking for what are your internal drivers? What matters to you? What's going to get you excited? Well, we all have certain days and certain tasks that the answer is not so much. They're not much fun. They're not really things we're interested in, but they're things we've got to get done. So those internal drivers, I want to make sure I have as many tasks as possible that have real motivation. They have intrinsic value for me. I'm willing to take the initiative. I'm dedicated. This seems like something I want to do. We move from those internal drivers to talent management. Now, very often you'll hear the expression of SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. What are you actually good at? Where is your intelligence? What things do you tend to be skillful at? Sometimes people tend to be too humble. They tend not to give themselves credit for the skills they really do have. Well, self-leadership is going to demand that you do take into account what are you good at. Spend your time on your strengths. Minimize your weaknesses. Now, too often people say, I'm going to spend my time focused on my weaknesses to make them better. It's a losing strategy. Normally, when you focus on your weakness, you're doing something you don't like and that you're not very good at. That doesn't sound like something that's going to engage you or keep you really happy for too long. Opportunities in life are things that we can capitalize on, things that bring us closer to the mission, things that lead to meaningful achievement. Well, what kinds of things are the opportunities that present themselves to you? Opportunities are usually about relationships. Can I exercise those strengths? Who can I connect with to exercise them? And then threats? Well, again, focus on the positive, not the negative. If I'm so busy pursuing opportunity and capitalizing on what's good, the negatives won't catch up to me. Your talent, what's your personality? What are your abilities? What are your potential? What are your resources? Who are those really good relationships that you enjoy being with? Your personal power for self-leadership. Let's be creative. Now, very often I hear people make the comment, I'm not creative, I'm not an artist. Well, that's not what creativity is about. Creativity is about understanding yourself, your imagination, your curiosity, exploring your interests, and discovering what things you really enjoy. Personal power focuses on results. It's about accountability and self-reliance. Self-awareness. Are you confident? Are you resilient? Do you recover? Are you effective? Can you adapt? Self-awareness. What things energize you? And last but not least, for the self-leadership model, we wind up looking at the simple self-narrative. Everybody writes his or her own story. What do you want to be part of your story? What's your history? What's your culture? Which way do you want to see the next chapter go? What's the path? What's the vision? It's been said that people aren't made up of cells and atoms, but that we're all made up of stories. We like to talk. We take an interest in ourselves. Figure out how to be the hero of your own story, how to really enjoy who you are and write that narrative the way you want it written. Now, here's a big secret with self-leadership. If you don't choose to lead yourself, other people are going to lead you. If you don't choose to write your own story, others will write it for you. How interested are they in you? Not very. Do you really want someone who doesn't care that much writing the narrative of your life? Or do you want to self-lead, take command, and have those opportunities where you can choose who you are, where you are, and what you want to do. Self-leadership, self-care is a core skill. I hear people make the comment, I want to help other people. But if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't lead yourself, you simply aren't fit, you aren't competent to be the person that others look to. Self-lead is a core skill too often neglected. Don't make that mistake.